Everyone, welcome back to some more Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3 Insane Difficulty. So in the last video, we just finished the first fight in the monastery. We're chasing down Izlude, hoping to retrieve the Virgo Holy Stone, and not let it fall into the church's hands. So while I was off screen, I have to admit to you guys that I saved scummed a little bit, and I went back and did that fight over because I really wanted the sprint shoes from that one Lancer. So I redid the fight, pretty much the same exact way, but I did get the sprint shoes from the one Lancer, so that's why things may not look exactly the same, but rest assured I didn't do anything much differently than I did before. I just wanted to get the sprint shoes, that's all. So we're on our way to Izlude, and I have a really cool setup for this fight that I want to share with you guys. It's really fun, and it's another one of those you can finish the fight in one round if it goes well, which I'm sure it will. So this is how we're setting it up. So we have Ramza as a thief. He's going to have jump, auto potion, equip axe, you know, the usual deal. But you notice there in the bottom left corner, he's got a reflect ring on, and we'll get to why he has that on in a second. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited to show you guys this. Orange, we've made her into a geomancer. The reason we did that is because geomancers still have some of the best equipment options in the game, and I wanted to make sure that she had maximum, well, the max evasion that I could give her, aka a shield, while still keeping her AT, her magic AT high, and keeping her speed up, because I want to make sure that she can stay at around 8 speed. So that's why she's a geomancer, just for high magic attack and the ability to use a shield. So we're going to go with that. Okay, then Victoria is still going to be a tanky time mage, white mage, with a wizard staff, green braid, platinum armor, magic ring. And you notice I put arrow guard on both of our casters because there are 2 archers in this fight that love to spam heartache strike. So we need this in order to counteract that. Dutois is just going to be our tanky sprint shoes chakra user. He won't really come into a factor in this particular fight. And then Connor's still doing his same deal with max damage, jump ninja. So let's get into the fight. So the cool thing about the way that reflect works in this game, and I always get the question of, like, how does reflect work in this game? I can never understand it. Like, I hit a character with reflect and just bounces off and goes into a random place. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how reflect works. So basically, whatever number of squares away that you cast on somebody, it's going to bounce directly in the same direction that number of squares. So if you are 2 down and 1 left of a character, it's going to shoot in that same direction, 2 down and 1 left. So for example, if I was, let's say I'm Orange, the caster, and I'm trying to hit Victoria, but she has a reflect mail on. If I cast a reflect, if Ramza has reflect on him, and I cast a spell on him because he's 1 left, 1 up, then that spell's also going to go 1 left, 1 up and hit that reflected target. So that's kind of how we're going to do this fight. Is since Izlude always comes with a reflect mail on, we're going to get past that by using some reflect strats. So this is the particular setup that we're going to go with. This formation will keep everybody safe while keeping everybody... so we're just going to jump on his head twice and hit him with a Dark Holy, and that should be the end of the fight. So let's get into it. So I'll kind of go over some of the story stuff as it comes up in the fight, but basically we're chasing Izlude through here to try and get the Holy Stone that he's looking for. We don't want the Holy Stones to fall into the Church's hands, because we saw what happened with Cardinal Dracula. He turned into Oogie Boogie Big Quecklin and tried to kill us. So we don't want that to happen. And he says, hey, you're searching for the stone? Why don't you turn yours over? And he's like, no, why don't you give you mine? And if you do, I won't kill you. So, ho ho ho. So this one fight here is just a fight of misunderstanding, because Izlude's under the impression that Ramza killed the Cardinal for evil, selfish reasons and has nothing to do with the Holy Stones. He doesn't know that the Holy Stones are evil. He doesn't know this eldritch power that they have. Okay, so what we're going to do with the setup is, so Izlude will always come to this square right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to move 3 squares away from him. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to jump from there. And the reason why we do this, I'll show you on our next turn. Oh, he has counter magic. That's fun. So the reason why we do this is because if you go back 3 more squares from Ramza, 1, 2, 3, and you cast onto Ramza's square, from there, it'll go 1, 2, 3 again forward and hit Izlude. So that's why we're putting Ramza here with his Reflect Ring. So we're going to jump on Izlude's head. Now this Lancer should come over and stab our monk in the side, or not. That's fine too. He can. The priest is no factor in this fight. So you want to throw stuff at her? That's fine. All right, then Connor's going to do the same thing. He's going to run forward and then jump on Izlude's head. Now you don't have to kill Izlude in this fight. You just have to knock him down to critical. So that's what we're going to do. You're just going to wait in place. We don't need you to do anything. Alright, this Lancer, yep, he's going to go to the left and attack. So for some reason, I don't know what story relevance it has, but in the mod they added an Onion Knight to this fight. And if you win the fight with the Onion Knight alive, you get a new party member. It asks if you want them to join up. So I don't understand why, but I mean, I'm thankful to have another party member of relevant level. As pending we can make her live, which we should be able to find. So the reason we put Arrow Guard on is for this guy in particular, because he likes to run up and shoot us. So who's he going to shoot this time? So yeah, so 36%, normally that would be like closer to 100. And, I mean, he's still got the charm off, but it's not a big deal. We can get rid of it with our monk. Not that, like I said, it's not even going to be a factor. Alright, so Geomancer's turn. We're going to run into this corner here, because it's 1, 2, 3 squares away from Ramza will land after his jump. So we're going to go there. And we are going to charge up a Dark Holy on Ramza's square. So that's 3 away there. And then pop it off. Okay, and then we'll just clear this charm real quick. Just so we don't have any shenanigans. Man, you got to level up. Look at that. Alright, so first jump resolves. 128. Then a couple more people will get their turns. I think it's just both Onion Knights will get to go. Then the Dark Holy will resolve. And then Connor's jump. And then we should be out of this fight. Okay, cool. Prox Barrier. Again, of no relevance to me. The only thing that could possibly have this fight go wrong is if the jump resolved after the Dark Holy. So it kind of looks like that Ramza's going to get hit in his dumb head with the Dark Holy, but nope. It's going to bounce right off of him, as you can see with the blue orb thing, and it's going to drop right onto Izlude. So even though he has a Reflect Mail on, if you reflect off of somebody onto somebody else, it'll still hit. And then the second jump hits, and he goes into critical, and that ends the fight. Nice and easy, right? So Izlude takes off, says he can't die here, as per usual with story bosses. So that took all of 7 minutes, 1 round, and we get a Mastery Jump Onion Knight that's level 28. Sure, come on, join the party. Whatever you want. Alright, so next we're gonna have the Wiegraf fight. What slot? This slot is fine, I believe. So next is the fight against Wiegraf in the first floor of the monastery. And this fight, if you try to actually do the fight, is ridiculously hard. They have a few samurais that have a lot of magic attack and really advanced weaponry and spells, along with mediators, which one of them has a really cool summon gun, which I would love to stick around and steal, but I honestly don't think that we could survive long enough to get all the items. So there is a very specific setup that I have for this fight too. So I'm going to make a little cut here, and then I will come back once we are good to go. See you in a few seconds. Bye. All right, and we are back. So we changed the party around a little bit, kind of swapped our 2 casts around, but I'll show you what we've done. So we've made Joe, he's still a thief with steal and jump. You'll notice that he has a piece of headgear on, which is an early game item, but it was the only other item in my inventory, headgear wise, that had some AT on it. But we can put a power sleep on, so that'll help out. Didn't see that in there. Okay, and then We've swapped around our caster, so now Orange is the priest. We've maximized her speed to give her 10 speed, so she'll be able to go first with White Magic, Black Magic, and Short Charge. She has one job, and that's get Protect onto our damage dealers. Victoria is the Geomancer now with the maximize magic attack rather. Again, while also having some sort of evasion with the shield. Then Dutois our Big Daddy Monk with a Reflect Ring. We're going to be bouncing spells off of him. And then Connor's doing the same thing he's been doing. He's jumping on heads. So that's the setup, and I'll show you exactly how we're going to get this fight done in one turn. But before the fight actually starts, I want to go over like all of the ridiculous gear that the characters in this fight have on the enemy side. Like it's pretty impressive. Like if we were able to do a long extended fight, and I would want to steal everything, literally everything. Okay, so the setup for this fight, so we put our priest in the front, and then our 3 damage dealers along the right side, and then we're going to protect them. So we keep Dutois in the back. He's just our Reflect Ring bouncer. And here we go. So this fight has some of my favorite dialogue in the entire game. And you'll see why. It's really funny. So Izlude has escaped from the basement of the underground book storage, and he and his Shrine Knights have found Alma, who, why she's still at the monastery is beyond me, and they've got her and the stones, and they're taking off with her. So she's being kidnapped, and she says, "Help me, Brother Joe." Like, who normally in passing conversation or in emergency situations yells Brother X name? And Wiegraf is the only person that we've come across so far in the game that actually respects our battle power and battle prowess, and says don't underestimate those Ramza and his party. Like, they're a lot tougher than they look. So take a look at this gear that all the characters have. So this samurai has a Kukui with a wizard robe, like 14 magic attack with a 16 power weapon, like just obliterates anything that we have. She comes with white magic and has holy, so she's probably gonna one-shot somebody. This mediator has a Madeline gem, which is an end game book, 16 attack power, but she has a flash hat too, which is, I believe, +2 speed. Sorry, +1 magic and +1 speed. So it's a way better version of the green berets that we've been using. Then this samurai has a Kiyomori with a black robe, and again 14 magic attack with magic attack up, draw black magic. Like, she is brutally strong. And then this samurai also has a Kukui with draw and elemental with magic attack up. Like, again, another brutally strong character. Not to mention everything that Wiegraf has with his he's got a demon hilt, which is a really powerful weapon to go along with everything else that he has. And then my favorite one is this mediator right here, who has a summon gun. That's right, she literally just takes her gun and shoots summons at you. Like, you might get hit in the face with Odin if you turn away. Alright, so let's go over what the actual strategy is. So we have our 3 damage dealers here on the left. This priest with short charge is going to cast Protect on them all, otherwise Wiegraf will kill him. And wait in place. So if one of the protects don't land, we're probably in trouble, and we're probably going to lose one of our damage dealers and die. Alright, so all 3 landed. We're in good shape. Now the next thing that we need to have happen is we need for Wiegraf, if he does do Stasis Sword on the damage group, to not stop anyone. Which he didn't. He actually went over and he's attacking he's wave fisting our priest. That's something he's never done before. I've never seen him do that. But I'm okay with it, because that means that we don't have to worry about our party getting stopped. So we missed one of my other favorite lines. They look genuinely happy to see each other. They're like, "Wiegraf, you're alive. Well, Ramza, it's good to see you." And then Ramza instantly goes, "You're a dog for the church. How dare you?" So then Wiegraf just kind of digresses about how you need power to accomplish anything in this world, and that's what he's doing. He's getting power. So how do we want to set up the reflect then? So if we go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, that won't work. We can go down 2, over 2. But then we'd have to go down 2, over 2 again. So if we go just down 1, then we'd have to be here, which puts us in a precarious spot for casters. All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna go up here and we're gonna jump on Wiegraf's head. So there's that. All right, jump. Okay, you go up here. Jump. All right. Now this samurai should cast Holy at our priest, or cast something to kill her. I was hoping to get her off that square, but we will figure it out. Not exactly sure how we're going to bounce the reflect now. We don't exactly have a good setup. So if I go over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, that's a square we can't stand on. Okay, if we go over 1, down 1, we would need Dutoit on that square, but he can't get there. So if we go over 1, down 2, over 1, so he can't get there either. Over 2, 1, over 2, 1 doesn't work. Over 1, 1 doesn't work. Back 2 doesn't work. So if we go just here and here, maybe? So we put Dutoit on this square, and we put our Geomancer here, that would work. But I'm a little worried about getting shot with summon, so I think we're okay, actually. Okay, so let's move here. He did have a reflect mill, right? I'm not just imagining that. Yeah, he does, okay. And then we cast our Dark Holy on this square. Alright, and what are the rest of you going to do? You are doing what? I don't know what that is. But I'm scared to find out. So she's shooting me for 103. Yep, there's Odin. Shooting me in the face with Odin. That's okay. Alright, we auto potion through it. So hopefully whatever this other samurai is casting we live through. I'm really interested to see what they're casting. Blizzard. Okay, so they're attacking our jumpers, which is fine. Okay. Excellent. Alright, now you get in a square in front. And what are you going to do? We can... I don't think we can... I mean, we could, I guess, chakra to keep the priest alive. But it's not really relevant. But let's do it anyway. Why not? Okay, so now the jump should resolve. Alright, this Spirit Surge should not kill our priest now because we healed over the 111 that it was going to do. Cool. There's that. Okay, good. No CT save. Second jump. CT save hits, but we should still be in good shape. Okay, so orange gets a turn, and we're just going to wait in place. Alright, Dark Holy. Bounce it off Dutoit's head. I hope I put the ring on him. I did. Okay, good. And that should be a dead Wiegraf. Yep, 281, and he is dead. So that's how you can do the Wiegraf fight in one round. Things got a little weird because he did stuff I'm not accustomed to seeing him do. Because I practiced the fight a couple times because I was having trouble with the long drawn-out fight, so I was trying to find a quote-unquote gimmicky way of beating it. And that's what I came up with. So feel free to take that strategy. I actually got the inspiration for that strategy from another really great Final Fantasy Tactics streamer / YouTuber. His name is Claude. He's been in some of the GDQs or RPG. I think it was maybe RPG Limit Break where he ran Final Fantasy Tactics. Like he's a really great player, and he's the one that came up with that strategy for that fight. I kind of modified it a little bit because he had like 2 more lancers that could jump on his head, so we modified it with the reflect strat, but it worked just the same. So shout out to Claude. All right, story stuff. The Wiegraf is dripping with blood and crawling out of the monastery, and it's like, you okay, man? You're bleeding everywhere. Don't worry about me. Just get out of here. Take the girl and go. So Ramza comes out trying to save his sister, and Izlude takes off with Alma. So Wiegraf is laying, dying on the ground, wanting to avenge Maluda. Has nowhere else to turn except to the eldritch power of the Holy Stone. So he's going to turn into this weird-looking beast. So I'll let you guys enjoy the cutscene. I'll be quiet for a moment. Holy Stone, because of his despair, resentment, and being on death's door, he was able to call out to the stone and request its power. Um, Basically just signing himself over to an eldritch soul, an eldritch devil. So Simon comes back out of the church, and he's going to hand us a very, very, very important document called the Germanic Scriptures. So that book, you can actually read it in the in-game menu, but I'm going to save you the trouble. Basically, it's an account of the actual Saint Ajora when he or she was alive. Basically detailing that Saint Ajora was just a man. Saint Ajora is basically the Jesus of Ivalice, and if this information were to get out that the Jesus Saint Ajora was just a man, a regular person that walked the earth, and not only didn't do all of these miraculous things and defeat the Zodiac Braves, but was actually like a spy and did some like pretty terrible things to the citizenry. So the church obviously doesn't want that information to get out because it kind of just blows a hole in their credibility. So they'll do anything that they can to get rid of these Germanic scriptures and kill anyone that gets in their way or tries to exploit or exploit the plot. So now Ramza has a hold of these scriptures, and he's going to try and use it to take the church down. But there will be more of that in next episode. So we are going to have some more story stuff to go over, and then I think we're almost done with chapter 3. Like, that was one of the big like story points, like roadblocks of chapter 3. But yeah, I'm excited to keep going, but I will see you guys in the next episode. Remember, if you guys like what you have been seeing as far as this content, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Like, you guys don't understand how much it helps us out. And then, as always, podcast episodes come out every week, so all of that will be in the description below. So please check it out if you have some time. Rate us on iTunes and Spotify, and all that good stuff, because we appreciate everything that you do. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.